All right, so here we are in 6.1 for hopefully the last video for this particular section. And let's take a look at this. Grace buys a new microwave for $182. She needs a 35% markup on selling price. At what price should she resell the microwave? So that means that, excuse me, and the $182 is her cost. We are looking for selling price. It says what price should she at what price should she resell the microwave. Our markup is 35% and the markup is on selling price. So what goes in this box is whatever selling price is. Well, selling price is what we don't know. That's our unknown. So we have S equals, when we write our equation, 182 plus 0.35S. And so we are going to solve this equation by first subtracting so that we can get this S on the other side with the S at the beginning, basically, right? So that's 1 minus 0.35. So it's going to be 0.65S equals 182. To solve, we have to divide by this number with the S because that means 0.65 times S. Divide by 0.65 and we find that S is $280. As always, pause where you need to so that you have a chance to work through this and set it up without seeing what I'm telling you to do. All right, let's look at this next one. Ben Bauer owns a computer store. Ben pays $650 for a computer and uses a 30% markup on cost. At what price should he resell the computer? Okay, so he paid $650 and we know that then is his cost. The markup is 30% on cost, right? So 30% markup on cost, and that means that this is going to be $650 because we do know the cost and we're looking for selling price because it says at what price should Ben resell the computer. Well, it turns out that this equation is pretty easy to solve because we simply have to multiply 0.30 times 650. You know you can leave that 0 off and make it just 0.3 and it means the same thing. So 30% of 650 is 195. So selling price is $845. And that's it, right? Set it up using the boxes. I suggest that you learn this formula and use it in a similar way to what I've been showing you on practice. Ben has the chance to buy a used computer that he thinks he can resell for $340. So right off the bat it tells us that he's going to resell it for $340. So we know selling price, right? And then it says if Ben needs a 25% markup on cost, okay, so 25% markup on cost, what price should Ben pay? We're looking for cost, so we don't know cost. My markup is on cost, so we're going to have a C in this slot also. So let's write the equation. 340 equals 1C plus 0.25C. By the way, in the book I believe they use percents on this, and I don't prefer it that way personally, so that's a reason why I use decimals when I set up my equation. And so in the book it would have this like 100% C plus 25% C. And you know, there's good and bad in either one, I guess, as far as understanding. So we're going to add the C's together. They're on the same side, so that's going to be 1.25 C. And then to solve, we divide by the 1.25. And we find that C is $272. All right. So you see there's all kinds of different ways we might have to solve, and where we place our variables, what we know. Every single time you just have to identify the parts and get them in the formula and go from there. Okay, so we're back to that property management thing. A property management company furnishes skilled help to maintain apartment complexes. If it pays employees $18.50 per hour, so right there, $18.50 per hour, we know the cost. So I'm going to go ahead and put cost right here because we have identified cost. And then it says they're going to maintain, or they want to maintain, a 30% markup based on employees' hourly pay. So that means that the markup is on cost of $18.50. And so it says, what hourly rate should it bill the property owners? So remember, the property owners would be S. So that is selling price, and that is the unknown for this equation. So we write the, I guess that's the unknown for the formula. We write the equation, $18.50 plus 30% of $18.50. We're going to multiply the 30%. So it's $18.50 plus, this is a weird number, right? $5.55. So selling price, in other words, what amount they bill the property owners will be $24.05. And remember, that is per hour. All right, that's the hourly rate. Okay. So this is our last question for this lesson 6.1. It says, refer to the problem above. Well, okay, to the last problem, I guess. If the property owners expect to be charged $24.96 per hour, what hourly rate must the property management company pay its employees in order to maintain a 30% markup based on the employees' hourly pay? All right, so we're using some of the information from the previous question. So the property owners are saying they expect to be charged $24.96 per hour. So that means we know the selling price, right? Because that's the property owners, they pay selling price. And then it says, what hourly rate must the property management company pay its employees in order to maintain a 30% markup based on the employees' hourly pay? So we don't know that number. That's C. We're looking for cost. It's a 30% markup on cost, right? Because it's on the hourly pay. We want a 30% markup based on hourly pay, on employees' hourly pay. And so our equation will be $24.96 equals 1C plus 0.3C, which is 1.3C. When we add those two together, we divide by 1.3 to solve the equation. And so cost is $19.20 per hour, right? And that is employees' pay for this particular scenario. Okay, so that is the end of this lesson, and I will see you again on section 6.2.